so this is where things have arrived. 40 all between the Glacier Boys and the Wild Aces. And the Wild Aces are on offense, looking for a chance to try and take the lead and go for the win.
The reason fan-controlled football was so appealing is because all fans think that they could call plays from their couch, and Fan-Controlled Football League allows them to do it.
Diehard sports fans almost instantly are like, oh, never thought about that. That's freaking cool.
It is fun. It is fast. It is different.
We literally took a step back and said, hey, how do we redefine football and then sports in general for the digital age?
They are building this from the ground up. That's where you're at right now with interaction in this professional football league. Like, you get to be a part of it.
And I was reading a little bit about it. I guess they got celebrity, Marshawn Lynch on the team, Richard Sherman, Austin Eckler, Quavo.
Johnny Manziel playing football still gives us that it factor. We're going to want to watch and see what he does.
Potentially have Marshawn Lynch playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to pay attention.
I recommend the Fan-Controlled Football League.
Well, we were on this high after week 1. We knew we could get knocked right off that high pretty quickly. All right, what are the things we got to do to make sure that like our games are interesting? We've got great talent on the field, the technology is working, and we make it better and better, right? And we're improving rules. We change rules throughout the season.
We were treating the game on the field like software. Our concept was, well, we're getting fan feedback, literally real time during games. Why can't we change the rules on the fly?
Always go with the defensive players. Defensive back. Let me see what you get. Oh, come on, what are we talking about?
That looks like a really strong catch for Curtis Collins.
They're rolling on the field. Get the ball, skipped on the ground.
Give it to him, defense.
Complete the catch. Incomplete pass.
Everybody who's watching it knows that wasn't the right call. And I think it was by the middle of the next broadcast, they had already said, you know what, we're changing that.
We are building this league with fans. We've always had the desire to have fans to be able to vote on replays. Clearly it was an interception. Clearly the guys on the field missed it. Honest mistake. But frankly, fans should have the ability to have some input on that and actually issue those challenges. So that's coming.
Watching each game get better and better, the community started to grow in these small little, Patriot dishes, which was so cool. You think about Bob and Richard and Marshawn and even Quavo, they come from sports backgrounds. So they were looking at this from them, being the team leader or the captain and telling everybody what to do, moving pieces and parts around. Greg did the complete opposite.
I was the one that convinced the other founders that we should take a chance on Greg Miller and the Kind of Funny community. I met Greg and we had bonded over beating cancer, and his story was incredibly inspirational in my fight with cancer. This chance encounter at a bar when I was just about to go under chemotherapy turned into this.
I think the way Greg and the Wild Aces developed their community is what we want all of our teams to kind of learn from.
When it comes our turn in the draft, don't panic. Don't just start piling in buttons. You got 2 minutes to figure this out. We have our list here to work off of. We can make arguments amongst ourselves, but if we come at it as a unified front as the Wild Aces, we can get everybody we want in the order we want and clown it out, no problem. We took it super seriously and we had all this stuff, but then I talked a lot of on stream about it, right? Like, we were the ones trying to do this in a WWE way on top of also trying to win the championship. I'm excited to see you guys kick the shit out of the Glacier Boys this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can say that again, but we're going to give them twice. If we can play them 2 nights in a row, we can play.
That's why we drafted you. Have a great night, guys. We'll talk soon.
The games delivered. We saw week in and week out just incredibly balanced and close games.
Look at the Zappers, for example. They had all 4 of their regular season games came down to the final play. Like a matter of inches, they could have been 4-0 or 0-4. It was that close.
Field up for grabs. It's caught. Flash Gordon.
It was an exciting atmosphere. I mean, it's still, I think the biggest disappointment for me in our first season was that fans couldn't be in the stands.
One slip up, during that pandemic would have truly derailed us. I think it was stressful not only for the players, but for the people that were inside the bubble.
It was the coaching staff, it was the training staff, it was the referees. Anybody you saw on that field during a game literally spent 3 months of their lives in a hotel room and in a practice facility and in a game facility. That was the only place they were allowed to go for 3 months.
I think it really affected the players mentally, and our type of athletes is a different type of pressure because they're not millionaires and they're coming to be away from their families and try to continue their career and not making a ton of money doing it, but they're seeing the opportunity there for them.
This is, for so many people, their last chance to play professional ball, or their best chance to play some professional ball and hopefully turn some heads that they couldn't do in college. And so you saw people come in here taking it seriously in a way I wasn't expecting.
Hold it in for Travis Toivonen in the Wendy's Hot Mic booth. The celebration is on to Jamil. Looking, turns. Glacier Boys taking an OT.
The franchise tag. Wide receiver.
2 seconds left. Crouch goes handoff. Galloway spinning it in. Brings this one to a close. A stellar run to finish things off.
Quentin he made this game look so easy. He literally looked like a Michael Vick out there.
He's a franchise guy for this reason.
So we are about to get underway here. This is the postseason. First of 2 semifinals tonight. First up, Glacier Boys taking on the Beast. That's the Glacier Boys on offense. Beasts on defense.
Most people thought the Glacier Boys had the worst record in the regular season. Most people thought the Beasts were going to dominate.
An opportunity here to pass. Looking downfield to Jamil. Got him.
Already.
Touchdown, Glacier Boys.
Wow.
Flowers to throw from about the 5. Firing downfield, just off the hands, looking for Ben Sikowski downfield.
When Quentin doesn't see what he wants on the field, he takes off and becomes a playmaker. And we didn't really get to see him take off. We just kind of saw him in the back scrambling around trying to make some things happen. And that to me was the sign that the Beast may go down in the playoffs this year.
Jamil, touchdown Glacier Boys. Got him, Turpin's there, touchdown Glacier Boys. In the back of the end zone, an interception fit to the end zone, touchdown, boys respond. You can put this one on ice, and they're moving on to the championship. The Glacier Boys defeat the Beast.
Most of the Zappers ownership group, Ronnie 2K was there, Bob was there, they were like in the building, fired up. Johnny was playing, Flash was playing. Like I think most people thought they were gonna win this pretty easily.
Manziel connecting to Josh Gordon, and Johnny Manziel to Josh Gordon. And that's the first Manziel to Gordon connect since December 21st, 2014.
And the Wild Aces, to their credit, that team was really well coached, if you will, by the fans, by their ownership group. They did a great job organizing themselves around the team and smart play calling and smart drafting. And actually ended up being the only blowout we really had.
The return, Ace is wild to the end zone on the move. Touchdown, Wild Aces. Touchdowns this year for Ladarius Galloway, and he takes off with a burst. Touchdown, G-Way. Better their position right about now. To the 20, breaking free down the sideline. Daryl Verges checks in and says hello. Here's Galloway single-handedly taking all the time off the clock.
Incredible.
G-Way up top the hurdle.
He's just showing off.
And that'll bring an end to this one. The Wild Aces are headed to the People's Championship.
It locked us in for, I'd say, an unexpected championship game of the Glacier Boys and Wild Aces.
We found this organic rivalry had emerged between the Glacier Boys and the Wild Aces. They legitimately hated each other. So it was on from the very beginning.
Get your apps updated, get your food down, get your beers open, and get ready for us to go up some Glacier Boys.
Wild Aces. We taming that. This has been a long time for us. This has been 7 years, and we wanted to end, on a good note.
Captain of the Glacier Boys, captain of the Wild Aces. Welcome to tonight's Fan Control Football first championship game.
you could see the aggressiveness in that championship game. You could see them chirping at each other. There was something on the line.
A 12-point game here at the half, but it certainly feels like a very close contest. His way in, and Daryl Verges scores it for the Aces. We're tied. Throw. He'll take it himself. Running. He's not going to get there. The Aces hold on defense.
5 straight downs. Come on. Just like that, the Wild Aces are 3 yards away from taking this thing home.
Fans drafted these players. Fans called all the plays leading up to that championship game. And to get their team in a position with 3 seconds left, ball on the 2-yard line, and to be able to decide what play is going to be run to see whether or not you win the game or not, everything that we were setting out to do was embodied in that last play.
Oh man, you see the players out on the field. Everyone standing, benches just ready to go.
Crouch in the gun.
Run that fucking thing.
Hands, keeps it himself. Crouch to the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown!
Yes!
Aces win the People's Championship with no time remaining. Aces win.
Yes!
Crouch carries it into the end zone to take the title for the Aces.
Wow. All these years of planning this, people are always like, well, the fans are always just going to throw the ball. They're going to do Hail Marys, and they're going to, blah, blah. And no, it turns out, in particular the Wild Aces fans, but all the fans, but especially the Wild Aces fans, really were smart and strategic, and they worked as a team, and they figured out the best approach.
Tens of thousands of people called a walk-off touchdown play.
That was the team that had the most communication. The fans were the most engaged. The players were the most engaged. The team owners were the most engaged. And so it created this community. That's what won the championship.
You know, Greg, as an individual, is just awesome. But so is his community. And seeing that moment in friendship that started over being cancer kids at a bar several years later turn into this was pretty magic.
To actually finally go down on the field and celebrate with the guys, taking some of those pictures with the fellas and congratulating everybody. It felt really good. It was one of those things I'll always remember.
All these people that were inside the bubble that I've gone to battle with, I could just suddenly run up and hug. And all these people that had sacrificed and given up time away from friends and family to be part of the bubble, and folks that had been on this journey with us for 6 years were right there. We've done it. And you can't script a better ending than that.